Hey guys, it's me, it's Queen Onset Haru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and pass it on to somebody else who might like it too. Please drop us a positive comment in the comment section, and when we're done, I will read out some positive comments that I received from our comment section. If you would like to get a reading done, please email me, and my email and all my information is underneath this video. So if you would like to send a donation, if you would like to get some Ask an Aquarius merchandise, which is pretty cool, if I do say so myself, check out underneath this video. So let's talk about something. I was having a conversation the other day with a client, and we were talking about being honest. Now, my client is not honest ever, according to him. He said he doesn't believe in honesty because people can't handle honesty, or it gets him in trouble, or something like that goes wrong. And I personally believe, and we talked about this, that that's a coward's way of thinking. And he wanted to know why I thought that. And I told him, I said, you're just making excuses for it to be okay. And he said, well, everybody lies. Why do I have to be the one that's honest? And I'm like, why do you have to do what the crowd does? Because I'm Aquarius. You already know. We lead the pack. So if anybody going to be doing what anybody else said, it's going to be y'all, or not so much y'all, but others. You know, Aquarius is going to be leading whoever chooses to be led. Because some people are followers and some people are leaders. And Aquarius is generally a leader or a lone wolf. One of the two. I prefer the lone wolf thing personally. So he was saying to me, you know, why? Like, you know, like why was this my thought process? And I wanted to break it down because I feel like you don't have to lie to play, okay? You don't have to lie to live, to be in the game, you know? It's not mandatory. And the way he was telling me was like, he has to, like anything else isn't going to work. And I'm like, no, you just have to have the integrity to speak your truth. Because in most cases, like he gave me a perfect scenario, right? He said that he met this woman, and the woman told him that she wants to get married, she wants 2.5 kids, she wants a picket fence, she wants a big wedding, she wants the honeymoon in Vermont. She had this whole idea of what she wants. Now, he does not want any of the things that she wants. Instead of just telling her that, he lied and said, yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, you know, I want that too, you know, and told her some gerby gerb. Now, mind you, this person knew he was bullshitting. So the conversation went deeper. So now she want to talk about more and more and more. And she's basically fishing. She's trying to dig it out of him that he's lying. Because he is. So he said to me, why would I tell her the truth knowing that she's not going to keep seeing me because I don't want what she wants? And I said to him, the fact that you know she doesn't want what you want is all the reason to tell her the truth. Tell her. If she's not with what you want, and this is why a lot of people run into problems in relationships. They will know that the other person doesn't want what they want, but they will tell them what they want to hear so that they will continue to deal with them. And this does nothing but cause problems, because eventually they're going to want you to make good on the promises that you've made. So he done told her he want to, you know, do all of this. At some point, she's going to be like, okay, so when are we going to do it? You know, when are we getting married? When are we going to have a baby? When are we going to start planning? When are we going to buy a house? She's going to start wanting to plan these things pretty quickly because these things take time. So after they get together good and they've bonded, she's going to want to start moving in that direction. And him not wanting to go in that direction, he might change his mind. Some people do. But overwhelming possibility is that he won't. And he's going to be trying to get her to do what he wants to do, which is going to cause conflict in the relationship. And they'll end up breaking up, hating each other, whatever the case is. When he could have told her the truth up front. And if she didn't want to go along with it, he could go meet somebody who does. I guarantee you, anything you want to do, there's somebody with it. Okay? No matter what that is, there's somebody who's with it. I had the most problems out of women when I wasn't being honest with them. And for me, it was just more of omission. I just didn't tell them anything that was going to make them trip. Okay? And a lot of men know what I'm talking about. A lot of women out there that date women, y'all know what I'm talking about. I wouldn't say nothing that was going to make them trip. You know what I'm saying? And when I was doing that, I was always in some hot shit. I was always in an argument. I was always in something. Because deep down inside, a person knows when you're being dishonest with them. They might not be able to prove it, but they know it. And they keep poking at it until they get some evidence. And then the shit hits the fan. So constantly I would be in these situations. And then when I started to realize, you know, I started to go through priestess training, and I started to realize, oh, I really should tell the truth in the kindest possible way, but it should be the truth. That was the hardest stage. Priestess training went in stages, and that stage was like stage 6. And I worked on that for like 2 years. It took a long time for me to get the honesty lesson, because I was so used to omitting things or covering things up to keep people from tripping. And what I learned through that 2-year process was to just say it. Say it as nicely as possible, as kindly as possible, but as truthful as possible. And you know what started to happen? To my shock, people did not fight me on it. They did not fight me. I would tell them anything. You know, I would say to a woman, look, you know, I'm seeing 2 or 3 other women. I'm interested in talking to you, but I just want you to know what's going on. I haven't decided or made a commitment to anyone, but I just want you to know I'm seeing other people. And they was like, okay. You know, it was so easy if I just said it up front. And I began to realize, so if I'm honest, and I'm honest quickly, I get what I want, or the person is free to go meet another person. It's all these fish in the sea. So once I learned that, I was like, wow, there's somebody out there who is with whatever you're putting down. If you don't want to be monogamous, there's somebody that doesn't want it either. They're happy to swing with you. You know, there's different kinds of things. You know, you don't want to have kids. There's people out there that don't want kids, that think that they have to have kids because everybody's telling them to have kids. But then when you pop up and say, you know, I want to just be with you. I want to marry you and be with you. And I don't want no kids. I want to get, you know, my tubes tied, or I want you to get vasectomy, whatever, you know. There's people that's with it. I might not be with it. The woman you with might not be with it. But there's somebody who is. The man you're with might want 5 kids. But the other dude around the corner might be cool with not having any or just having 1. There's always going to be somebody who is with the bullshit that you're trying to do, is my point. And don't lie to people in the process. Just be honest with them. And if they don't want what you want, have the strength to let them go. People are always trying to hold on to a person. If that person doesn't want what you want, let them go. And remember I said that a lot of times when I would omit things, it was because I didn't want to hear their mouth. I've come to find that only happens when I've been dishonest. If I tell them up front, I don't get no argument. So my thing is that a lot of people who have problems with that, it's because it's after the fact. You can't be lying for 20 years and then come tell the truth, you know, because you can do it, but it's hard. Put it like that. And they're not going to trust you at first. They might not believe you at first, you know. So you can work through it. If this is somebody that you've been with or somebody that you care about or your family member, you can work through it. But for a while, they're not going to trust you, and it's going to take a while for you to get to that point. So the smartest thing to do is in your brand new relationships, just be honest while you're trying to clean up the ones from the past. Anybody new that comes into your life, any new lovers, any new friends, you know, be honest with them. You know, that's what I'm saying. People that you care about that are in your life, be honest with them. And the ones that you haven't been honest with, you can earn trust back. You can fix that. You can be honest with those people too. It's just going to take more time, more drama. You are going to deal with some drama from that. But if you hang in there and keep being honest, eventually it'll be okay. So I just wanted to point out that lying is not mandatory. You know, this is something that, you know, we tell ourselves when we don't want to change. You know, and it's not, I'm not going to say it's easy either. I'm not going to say that you're going to wake up tomorrow and just be perfectly honest all the time. It was a process for me. I worked on it, you know, and some of it was just not wanting to have uncomfortable conversations. So I had to train myself to say things honestly and kindly. And sometimes people get mad at me. They do. Some people get mad at me for telling the truth. And I'm like, oh well, you know, some people don't want you to tell the truth, but that's on them. The bottom line is that this is about the kind of person you want to be. Do you want to be a liar or not? And most people don't want to lack integrity. Most people do that because of a reason. And I'm here to tell you that they're not good reasons and that you can actually do better if you want to. Slowly but surely. Not a quick process, but you can do better if you want to. Now we got a positive comment from Jazz. What's up, Jazz? Jazz said, whew, working on this now. Learning unlearned behavior is work, but worth it. You know, if you're trying to unlearn bad habits, like lying, for example, or, you know, some type of treachery, it is work. It's hard work, and it often takes a while. It depends on the person and how long you've been in that habit. If it's a newer habit, it will take less time. But if you've been lying since you was a kid and you're in your 30s now and you want to change it, it might take a little bit of time, but you can do it. So she's right. You know, this is definitely work. Is this a he or a she? Jazz. I can't tell, but Jazz is right. This is definitely work, but it's worth it. Divine in Supreme. Hey, Divine in Supreme said, love your Cabbage Patch Kids. Miss mine. Thank you, Empress. Appreciate your confirmation. You're very welcome, and thank you so much. As you can see, I bought myself 2 new ones for my birthday. About 2 weeks before I got sick, I saw both of these on sale and bought them for myself. And this one is from 1986. When I bought her, she had never been out of her box. So they boxed her in 1986, and I was the first person to take her out. And I named her Rumi. And this is a play-along kid from the 2000s, and I named her Gabrielle. Gabrielle is the name of my guardian angel. So I thought it was a great idea to name her after my guardian angel. And Rumi is the name of my favorite poet. You guys have heard me talk about Rumi 1,000 times, or seen me quote Rumi 1,000 times. And that's why I named her Rumi. All right, guys. Thank you for coming to hang out with me. You come back soon because I got a lot more to say. See you later.